Over the years, I've noticed a sharp decline in the appreciation for Naruto. From countless hit pieces to popular YouTube channels constantly picking it apart, the negativity has grown. What used to be a fair critique has now turned into outright misrepresentation of the story itself, especially on this app. What makes it even more frustrating is that Naruto wasn't just another anime. It was a childhood phenomenon for many of us. Like Adventure Time or Ben 10, it shaped a generation. But Naruto had something different, something deeper. I could never fully explain why I was drawn to it so much. Lately, I've been reflecting on that, and I think I finally understand what made Naruto special to me. Today I want to share that with you and maybe help you rediscover your own appreciation for it too. Before we get started, if you enjoy this kind of content, please like and subscribe. It really helps me out and lets me know you want to see more videos like this.
何度も何度も何度も何度も何度も何度も
Naruto for me was able to invoke a wide range of emotions, going from anger to sadness to happiness and excitement. Compared to any other show I watched, Naruto was the one that did it the best. I've come to understand the reason why, because of how relatable Naruto is. When I say relatable, I don't mean we had the nine tails sealed in us, or that a whole village ostracized us, or a family was killed by a brother. What I mean is that on a base level, we're able to connect and understand Naruto's experiences. The ability of the show to incorporate universal themes that apply to all of us is what makes it so powerful. The first theme is loneliness. We start the journey with a boy who had been ostracized, seen as a monster and isolated. That isolation leads him to unhealthy behaviors and a deep desire for acknowledgement. He finally gets the acknowledgement from Iruka, and that's when he forms his first real bond. The first arc of Naruto focuses on acknowledgement. Naruto goes from fighting for the approval of the entire village to fighting for those who truly acknowledge him. That message has real beauty. We've all felt loneliness, whether we want to admit it or not, and what the story tells us is this: you don't need a lot of friends to overcome loneliness. You don't need to be known by everyone out there. You just need one or two people who truly see you for who you are. What saves Naruto is Iruka's acknowledgement, and not just any acknowledgement, but one that accepts both the good and the bad. Even though Iruka's parents were killed by the Nine Tails, he overcomes that hatred and shows Naruto empathy. Why? Because they share the same experiences. Both were class clowns, both were orphans, and both were lonely. Through Naruto, we see what to do when we're lonely, and how to help someone else who is, accepting everything about them. That's why Naruto evolved from just being a show. It taught me a lesson I could carry through life. When I was a kid, I wasn't very social, and I related to that loneliness. Seeing Naruto overcome his own loneliness and form bonds with Iruka and Team 7 was inspiring. It made me want to be like Naruto. The next theme I want to discuss is empathy, one of the most meaningful themes in Naruto for me. Since Naruto is often a gloomy and heavy show, its positive messages resonate deeply. The series constantly reminds us that no one is truly evil for the sake of being evil, that other people are shaped by their circumstances. This mirrors our real world. No baby is born evil. It's their environment that molds them. I've touched on this idea before with Iruka, but the character who best embodies this theme is Jiraiya. In his quest to end the cycle of hatred, Jiraiya's answer wasn't power. It was understanding. When someone experiences pain, they understand the weight of it, and that understanding makes them less likely to inflict it on others. Naruto himself reflects this ideal beautifully. One of my favorite scenes is when he crawls towards Gaara and cries for him. Despite Gaara nearly killing the people Naruto loved the most, Naruto still chose to understand him. He looked past Gaara's wrongs, saw himself in Gaara, and told him his suffering wasn't meaningless. Gaara, after countless betrayals from his father and uncle, had shut his heart off completely. He built a literal wall of sand to shield himself from pain. Yet Naruto was able to break through that barrier, not with force, but with empathy. For the first time in his life, Gaara was seen not as a monster, but as a human being, and that reopened his heart. That's why it disappoints me when fans dismiss these moments as talk no jutsu. That label undermines the core message of empathy in Naruto. These scenes are not about cheap resolutions. They're about understanding, healing, and breaking the cycle of hatred. Naruto doesn't just talk his enemies down. He truly connects with them for their greater good. The series shows us that revenge keeps you trapped in a cycle, while only empathy and understanding allows you to transcend it. Another detail I love is how Naruto's empathy doesn't come from ignoring his own pain. One of my favorite moments is when he tells Hinata he only acts tough, that deep down he feels like a failure. Throughout the series, Naruto rarely complains about his suffering. Instead, he cries for others, for Gaara, for Sasuke, for Haku. His ability to put himself in others' shoes, even while carrying his own burdens, is what makes him so inspiring. The only other time Naruto openly shares his pain is when he talks to his father. That moment is truly special. After being defeated by pain, after losing his village, his sensei, his master, and so many comrades, Naruto was at his lowest point. For once, he let go of the mask he always wore. He cried to Minato, finally allowing himself to be vulnerable. In that scene, we see not the strong hero everyone admires, but a broken son seeking seeking comfort. It's powerful because it shows that even someone as resilient as Naruto is still human. There's a limit to what he is able to do by himself, which connects back to the core message of Naruto, that doing things alone always leads to failure. You need to rely on those who truly acknowledge you for who you are. Going back to his mask, we see the physical embodiment of this in the Waterfall of Truth. There, Naruto faces the hatred he had swallowed up for so long. The issue was that he wasn't acknowledging this hatred. Deep down, he knew existed, but he hid it from everyone else in order to live up to those around him. Naruto had to understand that to have pride, he needed the ability to acknowledge himself fully. Just as Iruka had acknowledged both the good and bad, Naruto had to do the same with himself. He had to accept that his shortcomings are a big part of who he is, which is why he tells his hatred, "You need to be me." These insecurities, no matter how much you want to hide them, will always be a part of you. And for you to truly have peace within yourself, you need to accept that. Naruto needed to accept his hatred to be able to go after the hatred of Sasuke and Kurama. The themes that made me appreciate Naruto the most are conflict and hatred. Part 1 focuses on interpersonal struggles, while Part 2 expands these themes to a global scale. Many overlook this evolution because they expect the same story, but Naruto matures into something more serious. One of the most powerful moments is the conflict between Naruto and Obito. After Neji's death, Obito tries to break Naruto, exploiting his grief just as he once despaired over Rin's loss. In that moment, Naruto stands on the edge of giving up, mirroring Obito's own fall into darkness. What saves Naruto is Hinata, a bond he forged long ago. At his lowest, she reminds him that he carries more than just his life. His comrades are not truly gone. They live on through their will, just as Jiraiya, Minato, and Kushina do. This belief reignites his resolve. The message is beautiful. We should not give up when life hits its lowest point, because we carry the hopes, dreams, and love of those who believe in us. It is through these bonds that we find the strength to endure hardship and keep moving forward. Just as Naruto does on the battlefield, Naruto also comes to understand an essential truth. Death is a necessary part of life. What gives life its meaning is the fact that it can end. If we live together, our time with others would lose its value, and the bonds we create would carry no weight. This realization is why Naruto rejects the infinite Tsukuyomi. A dream, no matter how perfect, is still an illusion. Those who believed in him would not truly be alive in this world. Ultimately, that counter to the cycle of hatred is not power, but the bonds we form and the understandings we gain from shared pain. Naruto's empathy for those who suffered, even his enemies, allow him to break the cycle that consumed so many before. It is this combination of bonds and empathy that defines his strength and makes his story so meaningful, which is why when people say Naruto's central theme is hard work versus talent, it disappoints me. Yes, the story does emphasize that hard work is more valuable than talent, and Naruto did put a lot of effort to become strong, but when you go under the assumption that this is the main theme, it makes you look for something that isn't really there and ignore what actually is. It narrows your view and diminishes the appreciation of the series because it blinds people to its deeper message. The moments that really affected me were not when Naruto was simply an underdog training to win. They were when he stood before someone who had harmed him and still cried for them. These are the scenes where Naruto shines, showing his ability to empathize and confront hatred rather than be consumed by it. Although I enjoy an underdog story, the peaks of the series are not about proving that hard work beats talent. They're about Naruto confronting hatred, breaking its cycle, and choosing understanding over vengeance. This is the true central theme and why the story is so much more profound than many give it credit for. The last thing that makes me appreciate Naruto is its dynamics, specifically the relationship between Sasuke and Naruto. Obviously, I can't talk about every dynamic out there and the video would be too long, but I want to kind of center in on those two. The main theme of hatred is central here, as throughout their journey we see two different responses to it. Naruto's path is where he learns to face hatred through understanding and empathy, using the bonds he formed as his source of strength. Sasuke, on the other hand, chooses isolation. He severs his bonds, believing that cutting himself off from others will shield him from the pain of loss and allow him to pursue revenge without hesitation. What makes their dynamic so meaningful is how these opposing paths continuously challenge each other. Naruto believes bonds can heal, while Sasuke believes bonds are shackles. Their clash are not simply battles of powers, they are a battle of ideology. Naruto fights to protect connections, while Sasuke fights to destroy them. This contrast, in my opinion, creates one of the most compelling rivalries in anime because it's built on different answers to the same pain. Something people ignore is that their connection begins long before Team 7. It starts with a shared loneliness. As children, Naruto and Sasuke recognized the same emptiness in each other. Naruto saw someone who understood his isolation, and Sasuke saw a reflection of himself in Naruto's desperate attempts for acknowledgement. Sasuke's sacrifice during the Land of Waves arc was the first proof of their bond. Despite his obsession with revenge, he risked everything for Naruto, showing that their connection ran deeper than hatred. This act shaped Naruto's resolve. If Sasuke could abandon revenge even for a moment, then there was hope to save him. Naruto's journey to understand Sasuke becomes the heart of the story. In part 1, he fails to bring Sasuke back because he only sees things from his own perspective. It isn't until later, after his encounters with Pain, Obito, and even his own inner darkness, that Naruto grows enough to truly understand Sasuke's suffering. This growth is powerfully shown when Naruto tells Sasuke after learning the truth about Itachi, "I get it." In that moment, Naruto acknowledges Sasuke's pain without judgment, showing that he finally understands the weight of his friend's choices. Later during their clash, as they charge at each other with the Rasengan and Chidori, Naruto reflects that their roles could have easily been reversed. This realization captures the depth of his empathy. Naruto no longer sees Sasuke as an enemy to defeat, but as someone whose pain mirrors his own. He understands that forcing Sasuke back would only continue the cycle of hatred. What is needed is not power, but empathy. This is why their final confrontation feels so earned. Naruto is not fighting to win, but to share Sasuke's pain and carrying it with him. For Sasuke, Naruto becomes the one person who never gives up on him. Every time Sasuke falls deeper into darkness, Naruto stands as a reminder that bonds do not have to make you weak, that they can give you strength. Sasuke's eventual acceptance of this truth, symbolized when they clasp both the broken headband together, is powerful because it represents him finally letting go of the sphere of connection. Their relationship is impactful because it embodies a series' core message. Hatred isolates, but understanding bridges divides. Naruto and Sasuke are two sides of the same coin, both scarred by loss, both shaped by pain, yet choosing opposite ways to live with it. Their dynamic shows that true strength comes not from rejecting pain, but from enduring it together. This is why their story resonates so deeply. It's not about who's stronger, but about how bonds can heal even the deepest wounds. So remember this: when loneliness surrounds you, when hatred tempts you, and when the weight of life feels unbearable, don't forget the bonds that shaped you. You carry their hopes, their love, and their pain with every step you take. Live for them, understand others, and break the cycle you're in. Never give up, because that's your ninja way.